Hey, Vincent here. Welcome to another Alibre tutorial. Today we'll be modeling two tall Tobys, practice model 231207, the cover plug. So let's switch over to the diagram and take a look at to see how we should approach this, and then jump into Alibre. So let's get started. Okay. So if we look at the drawing. Basically, the approach is as follows. That I took is as follows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first go and create this base. And from this base, and off of this base, I will then create, from the side profile, I'm going to draw in the outline of this outer, I guess you call it shelf. Let's just call it shelf. Yeah, this outer shelf. And I only need to draw in the outline because in order to get the inner dimensions, I'm going to use a thin extrude to do that. Afterwards, I'm going to then create this sphere. And then after creating this sphere, I'm going to create these angled material that extrudes into the sphere. And then lastly, I will make a cut along the top to get that, or along this top over here to make that, that flat cut in the sphere. And that'll be it. So with that in mind, let's jump into Alibre. So in order to make the base, I'm first going to make a sketch on the ZX plane, so looking top down. So from the ZX plane, I'm going to draw in a circle. And it says from the drawing that the diameter is 35, so I'm going to put that in. Now I'm going to enter extrude, and it says the height of that base is 3 millimeters. Click OK. Now from the side profile, so I'm going to create a sketch on the XY plane. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw half of it and then do a revolve. So I'm going to activate a sketch on the XY plane. I'm going to project in the base that we created for reference. And then before we get started with anything, I'm going to draw in a line that I'm going to use as a reference. So convert that to a reference figure. Next, I'm going to dimension in the height or the offset of this line from the top of this base as 6 millimeters. And then now I'm going to draw, and then using the line tool, I'm going to just draw in a line that extends to half of this base. I'm going to draw another line that touches this reference line. And then now I'm going to draw in an arc. And notice how the arc, the position and magnitude is undefined. In order to define it, I'm just going to add a tangent constraint from this arc to this reference line. And now everything is fully defined. I'm going to deactivate the sketch. I'm going to use the revolve tool, use the sketch that we just created, and the axis would be our y-axis. Then we click OK, and now that we've got that curved bottom done. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create that shelf, like I mentioned. In order to do that, I'm going to create another sketch on the XY plane. And then, again, I'm going to project in the base for reference. Maintain association. And then here, I'm going to draw in a rectangle. And this and like I said before, I'm just going to define the outside of the shelf. So to do that, let's see here. We can define the width of the shelf as 16. We want to add that symmetry along the y-axis. So symmetry constraint, select the y-axis, and then select these two edges. And then we want to define this height from the bottom of the base. So let's see, the height from the bottom of the base as from the diagram, it says, or the drawing, it says it's 46, and that's fully defined. Now I don't actually need this this edge on the bottom. I'm not going to be extruding that, so I'm going to go and select this edge and convert to a reference figure, and deactivate my sketch. I can ignore the warning for this. Here, now I'm going to enter the extrude option. I'm going to select thin extrude, and we do want it all centered, so we're going to select the type to midplane, and the depth to be, we're going to set that to 16. And then I guess with the thin extrude, the thing to look out for is it gives you these two options for wall thickness, side 1 and side 2. Basically, that defines whether or not we want the extrude to go inward or outward or both. So let's see, if we increase side 1, it looks like it's going inwards, which is what we actually want because we defined the shelf, the profile of the outside outline of the shelf. So side 2 would be to make it thick going outwards, which we don't want. So we can set side 2 to 0, side 3 to 3 millimeters. Again, we have midplane depth is 16. We can click OK, and that's part of the figure. Now I'm gonna just draw another rectangle on top of this base that will then extrude upwards to get our middle piece of this column. So let's create a sketch on this face. I'm gonna rotate around so I can project these two edges. Select this edge and this edge just as reference figures. So create reference figure, maintain association. I'm gonna then reset my view. Now I'm gonna draw a rectangle, center rectangle that touches these lines. I'm going to then add a dimension of this to be 3. And then let's see. I guess I just need to make one of them horizontal. Would that fully define it? What else? What else do I need to do? Oh yeah, okay. So I do need to make, I guess I can select one of this point to be, using the coincident constraint, select one of this point. This point needs to touch this reference line that I projected. And now it's fully defined. So I can deactivate the sketch now. Use the extrude command. I can use 2 geometry and then can select the top of this face. And that gives us our middle column. Next thing we need to do is we need to create that sphere. In order to do that, let's create a, looking at the drawing, we can see that the center of the sphere is 62 millimeters from the top of this face. So in order to do that, I'm going to go and create a plane. Select the face, and then I want to offset that distance to be 62 millimeters and click OK. Now I can create a sketch on this plane, and there's no sphere tool in Alibre, but what we can do is we can create a cube and then fillet all of the faces in order to create that sphere. And that's what I'm gonna do. So on top of this plane, I'm gonna use the center rectangle tool. I'm gonna define the dimensions of this rectangle as the diameter of the cube. Which from the drawing says it's 11. So it's going to be 11 millimeters wide and 11 millimeters tall. I'll click OK. I guess I just need to make one of these edges horizontal to be fully constrained. I can deactivate the sketch now. And since the 62 millimeter offset is to the center of the sphere, I need to also do a regular extrude of 11 millimeters, but select the type to midplane. So it remains centered. I'll click OK. Now I need to use the fillet command and basically select all of the faces. 3, 4, all six faces. And then for the radius, since the diameter is 11, I'm going to use 11/2 as the radius. So I'm going to click apply, and now I have that sphere. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create those extrusions upwards or into the sphere. In order to do that, I'm going to create a sketch on the XY plane again. And here I'm going to project in the shelf or this pillar as a reference, maintain association. And here you can, in the diagram, it gives you a dimension of 30 degrees between these two, I guess these two edges from the side profile. But you can really think of it as a triangle, but with like the top of it cut off, right? And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to actually draw in a triangle as a reference. So here's a triangle that I just drew in using the line tool. I'm going to add that 30, I'm dimensioning that 30 degrees. And then since we don't actually want this top part, I'm just going to convert these two edges to references. Now here we just need to draw a line across that cuts, anywhere within the sphere. I'm just going to draw a line now. Let's just make it parallel just so it can. Oh, let's see. So the sketch is not defined because we haven't specified the height. I'm just going to use the same height as towards the center of the sphere. So I'm going to use the dimension tool, click on this point, click on the base, and then add in 62 as the height. And that now, it's not defined because you can see that this point is not touching this line. So I'm just going to add that constraint, that coincident constraint, click on this point, click on this reference line. Now this line is defined. Now we have to close off the figure before we can extrude. So I'm going to use the line tool to add this line and then add this line. And then now we're done. I can deactivate the sketch and I'm going to use the extrude tool again. I'm going to select 3 millimeters and the type to midplane. And that's 1/2 of this cross extrude piece done. Now I can repeat this on the YZ plane and do the same thing again, or a better solution. Well, I don't know if it's better, but another approach is to use the circular pattern. I'm just going to use the extrusion that we just created. I'm going to have 2 instances of it, but I'm going to angle it that it's 90 degrees from each other. So it rotates by 90 degrees. And the center that it rotates on would be this Y-axis. And then click OK. And I think that is pretty much it. And that's our part. So in order to check our work, go to Materials, select from Material Library. I'm going to select the ABS material, and then go to Inspect, Physical Properties, Calculate. And the solution we get is 12.2545. And that seems to be, oh, sorry, we're not even done yet. I forgot to do that cut from the top. That's why it's a little bit heavier. Okay. Actually, in order to do that cut from along the top, I need to basically create a plane that runs across where I want to cut and then do an extrude cut from there. In order to do that, I am going to go back to Model, go to, let's see, Plane, insert a plane along this front relative to this face. Now, in the drawing, it actually says that the height of where the cut is 72, but that's relative to the bottom. But we do know that the face to the the height from the face to the bottom is 6 millimeters. So I'm just going to subtract that from the 72. So the distance offset I want from this face is 72 minus the 6 millimeter to the bottom, and that gives me the correct height. I'm going to click Close. Now I'm going to create a sketch on this new plane, and essentially all I need to do is project in the rectangle, or the square that I used to create the cube. So I believe that would be sketch 5. I do want to create a sketch figure and maintain association, and click OK. And then I can deactivate the sketch. Now I can do an extrude cut, and it's going the wrong way, so I'm going to click reverse. And the depth could be really anything. I'm just going to set it as like 11 as the, that's the diameter of the sphere. So yeah, and then click OK. And then now I think our part is done. We've already selected material. Let's do again. Go back to Inspect, Physical Properties, Calculate. The solution we get is 12.2184 grams, and which, if we go to the solution, answer revealed, 12.22 grams, and we get 12.2184, which is within within the specified tolerance. And yeah, that is our part. Hopefully this helps. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.